fans, this is the Transformer Wiz coming at you with another review. This time we're looking at Grimlock's robot mode. And this thing, I have to say, is spectacular. It is just a spitting image of what he looked like in the video game. He has an amazing head sculpt. And really good light piping. I don't know how well that came across. His sword is just great. Very accurate to the game. And his shield is also very accurate to the game. He's got these really nice red bits that I showed off in the T-Rex mode. Just great. I mean, he has a really bodybuilder feel to him. He's got these buff arms, a broad chest. He's got a smaller bit of a waist, and then really beefy boots, or whatever you want to call them, legs, from the shin down, or knee down. Just really awesome. He has his hands, anyway, are a little bit different, because in the game he had the two on the bottom and the one on the top. Usually on older Grimlocks, it was always two on the top and one on the bottom. So it's a little bit different, but I think it looks honestly better this way. He has a very nice don't know if you can see that too well, but Lightning Squad emblem. I think that's what it's called, emblem, and it is just really nice. I'll get to his articulation in a bit, but first I just want to show off this awesome feature. His head still works. I don't know how well that's coming across. Hold on, let me get it a little bit darker. There we go. There we go. Picked up the whole front section. That's just awesome. That's just really cool. It happens because his head plugs into the back of his hollow body, and you can see it a little bit. He's got a little bit of a backpack, but overall, it is not that bad at all. I guess my biggest nitpick for this would be his knees. His knees have very strong ratchet joints. And it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, as you can see right in here. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a little clip down there, in there. And every time you try to bend his knees, it just pops off. It's a real pain in the butt to get him back in, and I guess that's my biggest nitpick. But overall, he's amazing. So hold on, I'm gonna take off his weapons and set him off to the side. Let's start with his sword. His sword is awesome. It's a translucent orange plastic. It's pretty accurate to the game. I did see a custom Grimlock figure online, and the person had painted this a darker orange, put yellow bits on the outside, and then whites on the edge, around the edges, and that's way more game accurate than this is. This is still pretty darn close. And they also dulled down on Grimlock's gold color. They made it a little bit darker, and they also made his silver bits a darker, more metallic gray, and they added an LED light to the head, and I wanted to get that, but it's going for $129. So yeah, but another thing they did to the sword is, I don't know if you can see that this piece right here, how it's gray like the handle. Well, that should also go up to in here and in here and in here. That should all, and then up here and here and here and here, or at least in here, should all be that color. Because in the game, that was the metal piece in the middle, and then the blade went around it. So that's the only minor nitpick I have for this. Otherwise, it is very, very awesome. I also wish it was a little bit longer, like half an inch longer. This would be amazing. Moving on to his shield. He's got a very, very nice shield. He's got the great centerpiece part where the shield emanates its energy from, I guess is what you want to call it. Again, on the other custom version that I found on eBay, it was the white around it. There's those little cracks, you can see the crevices. Those were covered with, they were filled in with white. It looked more game accurate. The only other thing I can think about with this is, I wish it was a tad bit bigger. And it got huge. I mean, it could cover Grimlock up in the game, and this is a little bit small. But that's about it for the shield. It does fit a little bit loosely on his arm. I'm going to show you that right now. So you kind of peg it. Into his... Where does the peg? There we go. Peg it in, and you can kind of just tap it all over the place. It's a little bit loose. I mean, I'm barely touching this, and it kind of just falls. I don't know if that's just with mine, but that's a little bit annoying. But, I mean, he's just amazing. Now, getting to the articulation. He can move his arms in and out on this, I don't know what type of joint that would be, but it's part of the transformation, so it gives him quite a bit of movement. It's a little rotation joint in there. He can ratchet, he's got ratchet joints up in here that move it up and down. He's got a ratchet elbow and swivel wrists, and he can also rotate at the upper arm. He has a ball jointed head. You don't get too much up and down, but he can go side to side pretty well. No waist articulation. He has I think these are ratchet, or they might just be, I don't know what these joint is called, but his upper legs can go in and out. He's got a swivel at the upper thigh. He's got ratchet knees. He's got 2 points for articulation in the knees. He's got ratchet knees. He's got this little joint where the end of the tail was. And then his feet can kind of move up and down, but that's part of the transformation. But he's just an amazing figure. Overall, that's just an amazing figure. So, thanks for watching, and rate, comment, subscribe. See you next time.